The Spurs were just too much. I mean, all their
Well, you
starters
can't
in
have-
double figures. You got Zach Randolph, who finally shows up, gives you 15 points and 18 boards, but
Well, let me give you a little stat. Between him and Gasol last night, they shot 10 of 30. Gasol was 4 of 12, and Randolph was 6 of 18.
so 30 shots to only get 27 points.
Yep.
Not good. Not good at all. I mean, Randolph 3 of 8 from the free throw line. They had 32 rebounds. That'll help, but
That'll help you. You can't shoot 30%.
you can't shoot that low. 5 turnovers. I mean, as a team, they shot 34%. They shot 29% from 3. They only shot 69% from the free throw line. I mean, you got to assume those numbers are going to go up when they get home. You have to believe that. You do. And to force overtime against a team like San Antonio with those type of numbers, to me, shows that they're not done. I do think San Antonio is probably... No, they are the better team. They have the better coach. But I definitely think Memphis is not done. They were down 2-0 to the Clippers. They were able to win. Lost game 1 against OKC, able to win that series. I don't count them out yet. I think this series still could end up going back to San Antonio at 2 apiece. But then again, San Antonio's experience on the road really could limit how much the road affects them. But I definitely think being home is going to help Memphis. They play again on Saturday. Let's be serious. We all know if they lose Game 3, the series is over. I don't think they lose Game 3. I mean, we'll talk about that more on Friday, but I don't think they lose Game 3. But, I mean, I look at those percentages, and I'm like, well, you shot that bad, you played that bad, yet you still got the game to overtime. That, to me, says something. It doesn't say a lot. You still got a loss. I mean, you're still down 2-0 in the series. But that does say something. What also says something is that Tony Allen's acting ability. We might as well mention that while we're talking about this game.
It was awful. You want to talk about flopping? What a flop to fall down and then hold your head like you just got shot in the face.
He was on the ground writhing in pain, and it's like you watching someone, you're like, dude, you really were fine. He looked like a soccer player.
Yeah, you didn't.
That's
but
what
the
that
thing
made
is,
me
is
think
in
of.
the replay, which everybody has the access to right now, his head never touches the ground. So if you want to hold your shoulder, you want to hold a different part of your body that actually touched the ground when you fell, pretty much. I'm not even going to say you got thrown to the ground. When you fell, then I can say, all right, well, that's a legitimate flop. It's a flop, but at least he's holding something. When your head doesn't hit the ground and you're acting like you literally just got shot in the face, like it's the worst pain you've ever had. You're writhing around. Oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. That, to me, is a bit ridiculous, and the NBA should be fining him for that flop.
You know what? I have to completely agree because that turned into a flagrant one, which does affect some of the game. It's not overly dramatic in the outcome of the game, but it's still a pretty big deal. And you cost the guy a flagrant foul, which probably will get overturned by the NBA, I'm going to assume. But you never know.
All the more reason why I like a team like San Antonio. They don't need to flop like that. They don't need to resort to that kind of trickery. They just come out and they say, listen, we're old. We got some young guys. Popovich's here. And we're just going to go do our thing.
And they play. Do.
The thing about San Antonio, they play their style of basketball. They don't, even though Popovich makes little adjustments here or there, they still play San Antonio basketball. They play fundamental basketball. They don't turn the ball over a ton. They're smart about their fouls. they play their brand of basketball. And right now, their brand of basketball is lumping Memphis's up. And it's really when you have your two interior guys, when you have Gasol and Randolph, when you're in the paint, that's supposed to be a high percentage shot. Most big men in the league, good big men, I mean back when big men were the league, big men shot 45, 55%. It's a high percentage shot in the paint. Even with a defender in your face, you're still more likely to make that shot than you would a jump shot. You should not be shooting 30% from the paint. And not when there's two of you down there.
Well, like I said,
double trouble. Feel free to move the ball a little. They can't guard you both at once.
Like I said, 4
of
24 with Duncan on the court when shooting from inside of 5 feet. And that's as a team. That's not even with
but I'm just saying, and then
on.
even if things are going so horribly down low, and say they're bringing double teams and triple teams, kick the ball out.
See, that's their problem, though. They have no real reliable shooters. From deep
Tony
range,
Allen
I mean,
was 2 of 11 last night. Awful.
Yeah, Tony Allen, Tayshaun Prince, neither
was
one of them.
5.
Neither one of those guys is known for their shooting. This is one of those series where Rudy Gay makes a difference. Not having Rudy Gay may become extremely relevant and important in this series.
What about Connolly? I mean, I feel like I didn't see enough out of him last night. Only 4 assists.
Well, he had 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, but I don't think it was his best performance. I expect a better performance out of him and both Gasol and Randolph when they go to Memphis. I'm not surprised by last night's loss. I thought the Spurs would win a close game. I didn't think it'd go to overtime, but I thought they'd win by less than 10 points. And pretty much what happened. I expect them to go to Memphis. I expect Memphis to get a game, maybe even get 2 there. Make it a series. And then San Antonio will close it out and whatever, somewhere between Game 5 and Game 7. But I just don't see this Memphis team as a team that can beat the Spurs in a full 7-game series. They just don't have the weapons. They don't have the experience. This is the furthest the Memphis Grizzlies have ever made it. They've never been here before. They don't have guys who have been here before. This is old news to San Antonio.
It's the learning experience.
San Antonio's like, I've seen this dance before.
We've been doing this for a decade plus.
Yeah, I own this rodeo. So...
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and I think experience plays a major factor in a series like this. You can't get blinded by the fact you're 1 series away from the finals. You got to remember it's just like anything else, 1 game at a time. I'm not counting Memphis out, but
they don't play again until Saturday now.
Yeah,
by the way,
the odds are definitely against them. There's no question
Miami
about
finally
that.
gets a chance to catch up. They play Wednesday and Friday.
Oh God, finally. Maybe the NBA will get things caught up a little bit. Either which way, though, San Antonio through 2 games outside of that final 5 or 8 minutes of the fourth quarter last night has definitely looked like the better team. There's no question about that. And I can't believe how much Duncan is dominating those guys down in the paint. I really can't. That is definitely shocking to me. It's impressive as hell. It's just shocking. I mean, 13 of 38 from inside of 5 feet in last night's game. 13 of 38. That is literally 30%. That is ridiculous. Especially when you have guys like Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph down low. And one more time, I just want to give props to Tony Parker. He's playing like a monster these past 2 games. No question about it.